All right, hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a continuation of the last video where I showed you how I was making a backpack for my daughter for active shooters. I was going to do a review video on a gun safe, but due to the events this week, I figured I might as well just do the video for the backpack so you guys can make one along with me. Instead of waiting for me to get everything in the mail, put it together, and then put a video out there. So we'll just kind of do this real time. So if this is of interest to you, please keep watching. Welcome back. I'm Roderick. I'm a certified firearms and tactics instructor. I'm also a certified medical or CPR medical first aid instructor as well. And I'm also certified in active shooter training. I'm certified with 2 separate companies, so I have some experience with active shooters. So that's kind of my background and kind of why I'm doing this video, other than the reason my daughter asked me to put a bag together for her. So that's kind of why I'm speaking to you. So before we go into it, I want to answer a couple of things that came up during the last video. So one gentleman asked about the MCK that I plan on keeping in my bag. And his point was, would it not be better to have a larger caliber rifle due to the fact that the gentleman, not at the school, but at the grocery store, had on body armor. And you know, a larger caliber rifle might be better for it, but the thing is this is really small and it's not as heavy, so I'm not going to feel bad about carrying it every day, versus if I carry my AR pistol, which is my favorite. I love it. And let's just do a clearance check. So clear. There you go. You guys can see in there. All right. So I love this. This is my favorite, but this is about, it feels like 10 pounds compared to the MCK. But I'm not going to carry this every day. It's just too heavy. I'm not going to put it in a book bag. It's too heavy. And then when you add the ammo that it requires, which this shoots 300 blackout, it's just too much. And I'm not going to carry it every day. And if I don't carry it every day, it's not of use to me. So that's why I did not go with something a larger caliber. And also, I don't feel comfortable leaving this in my car. You know, and I'm not going to take it back and forth because it's heavy, which means I'm going to end up leaving it in my car. So that's why I'm not going to do it. You know, I would hate somebody breaking my car, steal my bag, and then end up having my rifle. You know, and this is a dang defense, so it's expensive. Versus this guy, my pistol will be on my person, so this here will just be a piece of plastic in the car. So if they steal it, yeah, I lost the optic and maybe the spare mag, but I didn't lose a firearm. And then if you compare them size-wise, you know, that's a pretty dramatic difference, you know, size-wise. And then if you go weight, it's just, you know, they don't compare. So we get them both in there. So that's why I will go with something like this, just because of the size. And like I said, if someone broke into the car and stole this, I won't feel bad. Now, the next question that came up in a group chat was me shouldering this. So me putting this in my shoulder. And the reason being is, if you guys don't know, this, when it has the little loop back here, it is considered a pistol and not a rifle. So that's how you get away with the shorter barrel. Same with this one here. As you can see, this here is meant for your arm to go in, so you can hold it here and fire. So this is a pistol and not a rifle because the barrel is short. If I were to put an actual stock on this, I will be a felon. I'll be committing a felony. but it'll become a rifle and you need a tax stamp for that. So the ATF used to be real sticklers on putting this in your shoulder, but they kind of relaxed on, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, where you can put it in your shoulder sometimes they don't care. You just can't, how can I phrase it? Your express intent to, when you purchase it, cannot be to shoulder it. You know, if you bought it with the intent to shoulder it and treat it as a rifle, they're gonna assume that it is a rifle and you need to get a tax stamp with it. So it is okay to put in your shoulder, just don't do it exclusively in your shoulder. And that's kind of why I have the optics set up the way I do. So I have this vortex on here. It has a pretty big window here, so I can actually hold it out and still see my optic without putting it up to my face, because that is another indicator. So if you have these small red dots or these, you know, iron sights only, let's do it this way, you know, iron sights only, where you have to put your eye close to it, then they're going to say you're treating it as a rifle, so we're going to count it as a rifle. So, you know, those were the two things that came up, you know, from the last video that I just kind of want to clarify. Now let's get to my daughter's bag. Majority of the stuff that she has that I need for her bag should actually be in the mail today. So, excuse me. So I'll do the video next week with that. And then I'm also waiting for her ballistic panel. That's in the mail. That's taking a couple of days. So, but we'll go over everything, you know, soup to nuts, as I guess, as they said. So here's a bag. It's the Vertex, I think, Ready 2, if I'm not mistaken. I still have the paper here. Nope, those are for boots. All right, but I think it's a Vertex Ready 2. And I like the color still, but so we're just gonna go over the way we have it loaded out and the reason behind it. So here is still empty, so she'll be able to treat it as a regular book bag. This part is empty. Now this front pocket here, so we use the Molly. So we have Molly a radio. So this is a GMRS radio that she has. Let's unsnap that. All right. So this is a GMRS radio that she has. It's already preset to our channel. Mine is already preset as well in my bag. So the intent is not for her to use this during the event, is more so afterwards. So let's say she's at a rally point or whatnot, and they're not letting the parents over to where the kids are, and we still want to get in touch with her. And, you know, cell phones are going to be jammed because everybody's going to be trying to call their kids. She has an option to turn on the radio, and then we turn on our radio, and then we can reach out to her and we can get that, you know, that audio confirmation that she's okay. So that's the reason behind this. You know, I don't expect her calling me during the event. This is more so we can locate her afterwards. Now this here, this next pouch is more going to be signals. So if you can see that here, this pouch here is going to be signals. We have a VF17 panel coming in, which is just basically a very bright flag, I guess is the best way to put it. It's a very bright flag to where she can signal people from afar. You can see it from afar. You kind of use it as, when I was in Baghdad, we used it to signal aircraft, you know, such as helos, if we need to pick up. So it might be too big to fit into this small pocket, so we can just cut it down, put a lighter to the strings so it doesn't fray, and then put it in here. And the reason being is when you're in an active shooter event in a building, you want to get as close to the exterior walls as possible. That way you can either climb out of the window if you get a chance, or you can at least signal for people to help you from outside. Some schools have signs pre-made in all their exterior windows or exterior rooms where you can just put it up saying, hey, we need help, hey, we're safe or whatnot. They're just pre-printed. You just put them up in the window. I'm not sure if her school does that, but she'll have the option to hang the VF17 panel out, so it kind of indicate to people outside, hey, someone's in that area, in that room. So then she also has these two little, they're glow sticks, but they're battery operated. So this one is red, as the cap indicates. You just twist it and it turns on. and it's called Night Ease. And you twist it and it turns on. And these are about $6 on Amazon. So she has 2. I would like for her to have 3, but I don't think people will understand the color code that her and I came up with. But I think red and green is kind of, you know, red, I need help. Green, we're okay. You know, I would like to add blue, so then I can make red medical, green, we're okay, blue, we need police assistance. But anyone else seeing that outside of her and I aren't going to understand that. So we just stuck with the red and green kind of thing, and hopefully they can figure it out. Also in this pouch, we have a battery bank for her. So if she's somewhere and her battery's dying, she needs to call us. She can just, pull it out and charge it. Or if the, let's say the situation lasts a while, she has a way to keep her phone charged and reach out to us. So that is her comm section, but everything else in here is empty. So I had this battle board in her bag, and I was going to put a map of her location on it, so she kind of say, hey, this is where I'm at, and then like a phone tree. So in case her phone did die, she had people's actual phone numbers and names, a hard copy of it. But this is a little bit too big. It fits in the bag, but it takes up space that she could use for school. So I have a smaller battle board. It's about the quarter of the size of this. So it's about this size here. So I'll just give her that, and it'll just be in her bag as a phone tree, and then a small folded up map. So if she really needed to tell us where she is at, she can tell us where she's at. So that's that. The next section in here is just traditionally for a book bag. You have your laptop sleeve and then space and, a mesh pocket. The only space I took up here was this. Let's see if we can get you to see it. Is this here? So this here is go-to mesh. So she has this. So the thought process being for me is, and we'll run you through the whole thing, is, as you guys know, some of you guys probably seen the video, or you've seen the video I did with Gun Girls Atlanta. I always talk about this. I always get, my female students to get this. I'm not going to pull it because it's going to set off an alarm, but you just pull this, it sets off an alarm to your protector's phone. So my daughter has one. If she pulls this, my phone will go off and let me know, hey, something's wrong. It'll bring up a map, show me her actual location. So, and that works off a cell phone. So that's the step one. She pulls that, I know something's wrong. If my phone is on mute, it'll turn it off mute and still alert me. So that's to initiate it. Then once I'm getting closer to her, this here has its own radio frequency, where this works off of cell phones. So just in case they need to turn off cell phones, or if cell phones coverage is just jammed from so many people being there, she knows to turn this on and just wait for a message. So this Bluetooths to her phone. So when I get close, I can text her and say, hey, daddy's here. And the one that I have talks to this via radio frequency, and then it'll send a message to her phone, and then she can tell me, hey, I'm okay, or whatnot. And she also knows is, as soon as she pulls this, I'm coming, keep it on for a few minutes, close it, and then pull it again. And that way to just keep alerting me. That's two things. One, if I didn't hear it the first time, if I have my phone in another room and I just didn't hear it. And two, if I'm en route and it keeps going off, I know that, hey, she's still safe. Hey, she's still safe. She'll just keep doing it periodically until we get contact with each other. So that's where this guy lives. And then the next part, the back part where the EDC panel is where she's going to have most of her gear. And so this is where I'm kind of waiting for stuff. So this whole back panel is going to be medical. So this here is a whole first aid kit, or mini IFAC. So this is one that my company sells. And then this here, we're going to use it to hold additional hemostatic gauze, pressure dressings and stuff like that. So, and then here I ordered the Vertex Tagami, or however you say it. They make holders, like you can hold a flashlight or whatnot, but it also holds tourniquets. So she's going to have 3 tourniquets going down here. She has one tourniquet here, and then she'll have all this other stuff that's in this little kit. She'll have it in here. So the theory being is what normally happens is with active shooters, you have about, once the police are called, they should arrive within 8 to 9 minutes. So that's them arriving. Now then, they, in some places they still have to go through and clear the scene before EMS personnel comes in. Some places have trained EMS personnel to come in, be directly behind the police and start treating wounded as the police progress forward. But it still could take some time before she gets medical attention to where she's at. So even if she doesn't need medical attention, but people in the room that are hiding with her needs it, she has a skill set and the tools to render aid to anyone that she comes across. So that's the purpose of that back panel. And so that's the purpose of her back panel. What I was going to say next is I was going to try to buy the items individually, off of some medical stores and paramedic sites, but the stuff is expensive. I determined that I'm just going to cannibalize 3 of my kits to make, to fill out her back panel, just because I really just wanted the chest seal, the hemostatic gauze, and the tourniquets. That's all I wanted out of here. But buying those 3 items individually is more than what I even sell these for. Not less, more than what I purchase them for, more than what I sell them for. So it's just the price of medical gear now with everything going on, in Ukraine and whatnot. It's just hard to come by medical gear. So it was cheaper for me to cannibalize, the kits that we sell versus trying to buy 3 of each of those items. Or actually, just those 3 items was more than what I sell the whole kit for. So, I have some extra stuff like gloves. I have 3 extra scissors and 3 extra of some other things in here, that she wouldn't need that many of. So I do understand this stuff gets kind of expensive. The back panel is coming in. That was about $200. So it's up there, and then the bag is $200. Radios are one price. The GoTenna mesh, I think they're $100 now. You get 2, so that's not bad. They used to be about $140-ish. This guy here was $50 when I bought it a year and a half ago, but now it's actually $29. That you can find it on Amazon. So look up Cargo. That's not the name of it, but if you type in Cargo, it'll come up, and then you can buy it. But I say that to say is that you don't have to get a dedicated bag like I did that's dedicated to take a ballistic panel, and the panel's going to go right in here. You can get a JanSport bag. A couple of companies, they make just inserts, generic sizes that'll fit in your book bag. So you can go with a cheaper book bag or a less purposeful built book bag, and then just put the panel in there. And you don't need, as she's going to have 4 IFAKs. You don't need 4 IFAKs. If your kid doesn't have any medical experience or training, you won't need one at all, because they don't know how to use it. It's just a waste of space. So, kind of do what you can. It's hard out there. We're at the beginnings of a recession now. Inflation is crazy. And this is just another thing we got to add on top of it. So with that said, that's how this bag is progressing. Mine will be similar, with the exception of I'll have spare magazines and I'll have the that Glock accessory in the bag. So when because I always have my EDC with me, if I need to, I can put it in there, and then I can get a little bit more accurate shots with it. So that's my thought process. If you guys have any questions, please ask me in the comments below. Also, please check out our Facebook page and our Instagram page. We kind of show stuff there a little bit earlier because it's easier to just snap a picture and put a quote on. We have, if you're in the DC area, obviously we have active shooter classes going, a basic 2.5-hour class going. The first 3 Sundays of the month, all the way through the summer. And then the 4th Sunday. I'm sorry. It's going to be the first 3 Sundays, not Saturdays. First 3 Sundays of the month. And then on the 4th Sunday, the 4th Saturday and Sunday of the month, we have a big, about 11-hour course. It's just going to be a big course. It's going to be 7.5 hours active shooter, where it's going to be interactive, physical, and then, you know, just a lot of information. Then the second day is going to be all medical, where I teach you how to use all this stuff and other stuff, and how to treat and assess patients. And then we're gonna, we'll teach you how to build your own kit for your own needs. So that's what we have. We also have our 2A newsletter that goes out every other week. You know, that link is in the description as well. So, hey guys, thank you. Have a good day. Hopefully I was able to share some good information with you. Please like, share, and subscribe, and watch your 6. Have a good day.